The filibuster should be eliminated regardless of who's in power. That's a horrible idea. How? The reason nothing ever gets done is because even like now, Republicans have the presidency, Senate, and House, but Trump can't enact his full agenda because he needs 7 Democratic votes in the Senate. And it was the same thing for the first 2 years of Biden's presidency when he had both chambers. What can you see? Without the filibuster, we would be living on this ultimate roller coaster. Every 4 years, new party in charge and complete new policies from the federal government, while the filibuster ensures that the only things that pass into law are at least somewhat bipartisan, bringing a sense of moderation to our politics. Well, our politicians are very polarized and partisan right now, and you often see things that are overwhelmingly supported by the American people and obviously good that do not get passed because the minority party doesn't want to give the ruling party a win. And I think our founding fathers wanted to err on the side of caution when it came to federal government policy. They feared tyranny and overreach. I mean, the whole idea of checks and balances is to ensure that the federal government is deliberate and grounded in consent, not impulse or power. Yes, and they created the 3 systems of government with that in mind. And yes, they envisioned the Senate to be the most deliberate and slowest moving body. Yeah, there's actually a well-documented conversation of Jefferson doubting the need of the Senate while pouring his coffee into a saucer to cool it down. And Washington says, quote, "We pour our legislation into the senatorial saucer to cool it." Yes, but what you're missing is they originally did not include the filibuster in the Constitution. They intended the Senate to require a mere majority, as the Senate was already deliberate and slow-moving for other reasons, like its longer 6-year terms and the fact that initially senators were appointed by state legislators, not elections. Yes, but in 1806, so still very early on, the filibuster was created in the Senate rules. Created by accident by Vice President Aaron Burr. It was literally an unintended consequence of what was seen as a small procedural change. Yes, but since its creation, members of both parties have seen its usefulness, as in a time of career politicians where we don't see a lot of intra-party dissent. You know, a lot of Democrats and Republicans just toe the party line in fear of being primaried or pissing off leadership. Well, that makes it so often the only check on bad policy is the opposing party using the filibuster. Well, it does that, but it also makes it so it's nearly impossible to get anything done. For instance, it has a long history of blocking civil rights advancements. Definitely makes the government move slower for everything, and I think that's what the founding fathers wanted. Not just slower, it keeps the government from doing just about anything because of our polarized times. So many Americans are losing faith in our government as politicians make all these promises to get elected, but because of the damn filibuster, neither party can ever do anything. Well, do you want to remove it now when Trump is in power, or later on when the Democrats are? You will see the ramifications very soon. Maybe we flip a coin. Great idea. Thanks.